3 tortillas. Every one of them is less than 1 net carb. First one up, look at the flexibility of this tortilla. This is a nice white flour style tortilla, less than 1 net carb. This one is more of a grainy style tortilla. This one is 0 net carbs. And last but not least, this tortilla, look at the pliability. This tortilla is 0 true carbs. All of these are delicious, and I'm about to show you how to make them. I'm doing this recipe first because this was the recipe that set me off on a cascade of the other 2 recipes, ultimately finding a true 0 carb tortilla. So this recipe calls for eggs, Sachi Inchi seeds, and salt. These seeds are actually an amazing snack. There are 5 carbs with 5 fiber. So these end up being a 0 net carb snack, and they make a very unique tortilla, which we're about to find out. And with this NutriBullet, we're gonna go ahead and turn these Sachi Inchi into some Sachi Inchi flour. Now let's get these mixed up. We're gonna go ahead and take our Sachi Inchi seeds. We're gonna get them ground up in this NutriBullet. We're gonna take a 1/3 cup of these. Go ahead and get this locked down. You want to crush these into a fine as powder as you can. Once you got these mixed up, we're going to go ahead and get the rest done. We'll go ahead and get these eggs whipped up. We'll go ahead and take our 1/4 teaspoon salt and our 1/2 cup Sachi Inchi seed. Get this mixed up. Go ahead and get these on the grill. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of my mixture. If you want a larger tortilla, you can add more. Go ahead and close it up and immediately squeeze it down. I like to cycle my press. Press it, release, press it, release. Now, you need to listen carefully as you're squeezing it for sounds because they will tell you whether or not you're blowing a hole in your tortilla. Now, if you get a hole, don't worry. You'll eventually get this down, and they're very easy to fix. Take some of your existing batter and fill in those areas that you have holes in. Now, you want to do this early on to make sure you get the egg mixture fully cooked. Go ahead and close it back up. As you see here, no more hole. It's fixed. Go ahead and finish cooking this. Now let's go to my last tortilla of the batch. This tortilla is a little bit larger. Notice the pliability of this thing, how flexible it is. And now, the tear. So if you're not a fan of pork rinds, this will be the one for you. This recipe will be 1 net carb per tortilla. It's going to require almond flour, eggs, allulose, and salt. Right, now we're going to crack 2 eggs, separating the egg whites. And I like to keep my recipes simple, so all 3 of these will have a base of 2 egg whites. Go ahead and get those cracked. Once we got those cracked, we're going to go ahead and get this mixed up. Again, we're going to go to semi-stiff peaks with this mixture. Once you've got them to the semi-stiff state, we're going to go ahead and add our almond flour. We're going to be adding 1/3 cup almond flour. Then it's time for our allulose. And this is whole earth. You could pick this up at your local Walmart. And it is my favorite allulose to cook with. We're going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of allulose to our mixture. Next is our salt. We're going to need to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt to your mixture. And Snappy, this particular brand, is a good brand to use because it's ultra fine. It's designed for popcorn and nuts. So I love using this particular brand. And for those Redmond fans out there, I'm sorry. I've had Redmond on my shelf for over 3 years now. And I regret every time I do because of the grit in the salt. Alright, enough of that squirrel moment. We're going to go ahead and add 1/2 teaspoon salt and get this mixed up. Once we've got this mixed up, we're going to go ahead and place us a tablespoon on our grill, following the same steps we did with the last tortilla. This is a delicious 2-ingredient tortilla, and I'm going to say this, 0, 0, one more time, 0 true carb. No net carb, it is a 0 carb tortilla. So for this recipe, as you see, we're going to need eggs and pork rinds. Now the process for the pork rinds is running these through a food processor. The last step to getting them ultra fine like this is to sift it. Do not skip this step. If you skip this step, it's not going to work properly. You want this ultra fine, just like this. So with that, let's go ahead and get these ones mixed up. All right, now it's time to get these whipped up. We're gonna go ahead and whip these up to stiff peaks. That's about where we want them. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our pork rind. We're gonna add 1/3 cup pork rind. You're gonna go ahead and mix this up. They will come down a little bit, but don't worry about it. Just get it well mixed, and it's gonna look something like that. Go ahead and smash that subscribe, and if you like pizza or corn dogs, check these 2 videos out. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.